Another NFL week in the books, another one about to begin. And I still have no idea what is going on. Hello, Steelers Nation! Welcome to another episode of Steelcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Steelers fan. But it sure does help. I'm your host, Zach. It's Chaos Attack! And today, we're going to be going over the Week 3 NFL 2023 predictions. Last week I went 12-4, and the week before I went 10-6, so I am 22-10 in Pick'em. Let me know where you guys are down in the comments below, and then we can have like a little competition here on this channel and see who had the better win-loss record in predictions and stuff like that. First off, we start with the Thursday night game with the New York Giants taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The Giants doing poorly the first half, down 27 against the Cardinals. Then pulling out the victory 41-28. So, yeah, there's that. I think the Cardinals won the first overall pick. I think just gave that game to the Giants. Meanwhile, you had the San Francisco 49ers, who struggled a little bit against the Rams, shockingly enough. And, but not really needing to panic. The Rams just played really, really good football. After all, it was a division game. So things like that can happen. 49ers still a very, very good team. Now I have them winning this game. And I don't think that will come as a shocker to most of you, if not all of you. Because the Giants have not been playing well this season. They need to step up their game. And they need to do it quickly. Next up, you have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Titans, looking all pretty good against the Chargers. Making that loss against the Saints not as bad. Then you have the Cleveland Browns in an ugly, ugly Monday night game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where their offense fumbled the game away. Literally, no pun intended. They literally fumbled the game away. Thank you for that. Anyways, I do have the Titans winning this game only because the quality of opponents have been, the quality of opponents have been a little bit better for them than the Browns, and I have a little more faith in that offense, and the D-line of the Titans is pretty good when it is led by Jeffrey Simmons. So yeah, Titans are going to be winning this game, hopefully. Next up, you have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. It's a bit of an intriguing game. The Falcons getting the job done in the second half against the Packers, mainly led by Bijan Robinson and his legs. Desmond Ridder having a good second half, and not so much a first half when they could find nothing. But Desmond Ridder, young guy, still developing. So question marks there, but other than that, Falcons looking pretty good. Then you get the Detroit Lions, who are probably one of the most balanced teams in football right now. Win the overtime with the Seattle Seahawks before blowing it. But they're not a team to be slept on. I do have the Lions winning this game and getting a little bit of a rebound, only because I don't have the faith in Desmond Ridder. But, yeah, Blue Kitty go roar. Next up, you have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Saints, getting it done against the Carolina Panthers. Looking a weak game, just a bunch of field goals. Then the Saints got active and got up to 20 points, and then the Panthers started to crawl their way back, and then the Saints defense made a stop. And that defense has been pretty good as so far this season. So the defense might keep them in this game. The Packers, led by Jordan Love now. Love is still developing. This was his first full year as a starter. And sure, he sat behind Rodgers for 3 years, but it's Rodgers. And we all know the mumbo jumbo he's been pulling around the past few off seasons. Not really much to learn from there. I do have the Saints winning this game because I have a little more faith in that team overall. But don't be surprised if Green Bay puts up a fight. Next up, you have the Denver Broncos versus the Miami Dolphins. The Broncos getting points, and a lot of them. And still losing to the Commanders because they couldn't get a 2-point conversion to punch it into overtime. The Dolphins showing they can beat you with the run game and Raheem Mostert as well as the passing game. Doing well against the Patriots and that defense. I do have the Dolphins winning this game only because I do not have any faith right now in the Broncos. And when you have your offense led by Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle, yeah, you're going to be just fine. Next up, you have the LA Chargers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Chokers found another way to choke a game. This time the Titans. And they are 0-2. So are the Vikings. Because they lost their game to the Philadelphia Eagles in a Thursday night game where the Vikings had an offense but basically no defense, as they almost always do. Looked better because of Brian Flores coaching it, but still not good enough to get me excited. I do have the Chargers win this game to take advantage of that weak Minnesota defense, but yeah, that's not going to be a very good game. And probably the one I'm looking to the least amount to. Anyways, next up you have the New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets. The Patriots putting up a fight against the Dolphins, but unable to get the job done at the last few seconds. And the Jets, with no Aaron Rodgers, completely got the crap smacked out of them by the Dallas Cowboys. Apparently, the Dallas Cowboys had both New York teams for dinner, and they didn't even care. They did not care one freaking fracking bit. Anyways, so yeah, I do have the Patriots winning this game only because the Jets are QB is Zach Wilson. Sure, they have the best defense in their division, sure, but you can't sleep on a Bill Belichick defense. Nay. So I do have the Patriots winning this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets found a way to win, despite the QB being Zach Wilson. Anyways, next up, you have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Commanders. Both teams with very big wins last week. The Bills beat the ever-living crap out the Raiders. And guess what? They ran the ball! Oh my goodness! Look what happens when you run the freaking ball. You'll win football games. Because that's just how this works nowadays. Anyways, hopefully they continue to do that. And, be dominant. Anyways, the Commanders beating the Broncos and putting up a lot of points against that Broncos defense, which is solid, actually, surprisingly. So, to be fair, it was last year, so it's really not surprising. But anyways, I do have the Bills winning this game, only because I have a little more faith in that team overall. But if Chase Young can get back to his old form and that Commanders defense can take the next step, expect the Commanders to stay in this game for at least the first 3 quarters. And then Josh Allen's going to turn up the Jets. Anyways, next up you have the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jaguars are going to win this game. Okay, sure, the Jaguars had an ugly loss last week against the Chiefs, but we don't talk about that. Jaguars win this game. And then you have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Colts getting a W against the Texans, so no whoop there. You hope that Anthony Richardson's going to be playing through this game, though, otherwise they just instantly lose. Not saying that Gardner Minshew's bad, but they'd have a better chance with AR. But then you get the Baltimore Ravens, who are getting injuries and still finding ways to win games. Why? I don't know. And everyone else in the division has no offense. As of now. I'm just kidding. But anyways, hopefully we get an offense at some point. But I do have the Baltimore Ravens winning this game. Next up, you have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, the Panthers, we've talked about them, and Seahawks, well, they just put 37 points on the Lions. Yeah, the Seahawks are going to win this game. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Then the Chicago Bears taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs are going to win this game. Because the Bears can't do anything on offense. And they have freaking DJ Moore. Need I go on? And then you have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals taking their overall pick. Dallas on a bit of a hot streak right now because of their defense. Yeah, Dallas is going to win this game 100%. Yep. Then the Sunday night's game. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders, as we talked about, getting the crap kicked out of them by the Bills. And the Steelers with an ugly win, but it's still a win against the Cleveland Browns with 2 defensive touchdowns. Hopefully Minka's going to be okay with his chest injury, which he got when he hurt Nick Chubb's knee, and then that same knee hit him in the chest. Might have been karma. But it doesn't seem to be that bad, so he should be okay. Because we're going to need him for this game. I can feel it. Anyways, it's being played in Vegas, and the Steelers don't have a very good track record when they play in the Raiders at their court. But I don't care. I'm picking the Steelers anyways to win this game. And hopefully they do, because my goodness, we need some wins in that win column to keep up with the Ravens. Because, again, they have another easy game this week. What is going on? And then the first Monday night game, you have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both these teams 2-0, one more surprising than the other. I have no idea why the Bucs are 2-0, probably because the quality of opponents have been garbage. But, and the Eagles, well, they're picking up where they left off last year, and the Andre Swift is legit a GOAT. Anyways, I do have the Eagles winning this game. Although I'm pretty sure that was pretty obvious. And lastly, you have the LA Rams taking on this kitty goes meow Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals losing a heartbreaker to the Baltimore Ravens, but keeping it close, so that's what you'd like to see. But if they don't get a win this week, fans are gonna be hitting the panic button. I can almost assure you of that. And then for the Rams, keeping it pretty competitive actually against the San Francisco 49ers. So it's been a competitive game. This one, I do have the Bengals winning this. It's being played at home, so maybe that'll help. But if the Rams somehow manage to pull something out of the booties because of the way they've been playing, then Kitty Go Meow might be panicking. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. How do you feel about your predictions this week? How do you feel about mine? And what do you guys got? Let me know down in the comments below. And where you guys staying in Pick'em. But anyway, that's all from me. I am your host, Zach Attack. And as always, you're in Steelers country.